Hello, how is everybody today? Sorry, I was a little bit late. Um, was again preparing some of the last minute thing I want to say. Um, Today's topic is about possession. Mm. So about 鬼上身. Okay, of course it's a interesting topic because almost every culture you have or every religion you have some sort of such experience, some sort of such dealings, be it in I've seen clips of exorcism done by done by a Hindu priest. I've seen exorcism done by a Muslim leader. I've seen Christian exorcism clips, and I've seen Chinese exorcism clips, and I'm sure there are many more that we can that we can find. Whichever religion they will have something to deal with it because weird as it is, not weird, but then the truth is as it is, evil is all around, whether you like to believe it or not. But they are okay. They are spirits, and well, they like to maybe nothing to do possess some people for fun. I don't know. So possession, a very sensitive topic too because it involves a lot of fundamental beliefs of certain religion. Of course, some believe that there are no spirits. Okay, that there are no ghosts. There are actually no such thing as ghosts, and by the Christian, they believe most of the Christians believe that they are only demons. Okay, and but also I think in certain Buddhism, they also don't believe that they are ghosts. They are spirits, but possession is probably something evil too. And also, I mean, of course, the other things is in certain, even in the Muslim community, they believe in jinn, they believe in demons, they believe in a lot of such things, and I don't think they believe in ghosts too. Okay, although there's a word called hantu, and I'm not 100% sure because different part of the world, the Muslim are very very different. The belief system are also very different. Okay, not to confuse anybody or to make a stand in anything, and just like to point out that different culture, different geographical region, okay, and different belief system, even for different small groups, like maybe a certain village or a certain plain or certain area that people live in, they do have their own special belief too about such thing like possession, ghosts, spirits, demon. Okay, they are yeah, they are even animal spirit. Okay, and some believe in more yao, and these are all the different these are not all the different, but these are some of the differences in belief. So but then I'm gonna try to talk a little bit in a neutral way about what possession is all about. Okay, in Chinese, of course we know that it's called 鬼上身, 鬼上身. OK， 不要管它是魔还是妖还是什么，就把它当成是一个灵吧，一个灵界的朋友上身。有一个名字 ，there's a name for it. It's called 奪舍，夺舍，就是把身体夺去。But because the body is like a housing for your own soul and spirit, depending on what you believe and how you believed it, but then it is a housing for all that. And to take over the house, it's like what the Chinese word say, it takes over the house or the living space of you, your soul, your spirit, basically your soul. And then you became the sleeping party, the sleeping partner, in this whole partnership. It's not a partnership, okay, it's actually a forcefully entered robber, okay, and he's trying to cause you to be to immobilize you, to cause you to become somewhere in the background, couldn't control your body, and yet the spirit or whoever has take over it or become the main person controlling it. That is what the popular belief is. Now I do have some photographs. Okay, just some art photograph, nothing spectacular. So okay, so what is happening to I'll talk a little bit about what is happening to my MacBook. I'm using a MacBook anyway. What is happening to my MacBook? Recently I have a lot of problems with my MacBook. It takes me a lot of time to render and export my video. And reason being, I think my MacBook is going a bit cranky already. It is about that time when they will start to spoil, because once in a while it will totally shut down, and you will start again. It's a MacBook, okay? It's not a notebook, okay? So it's supposed to be more durable, and it is very durable. This MacBook has been with me for years. Before, my brother had it for years, so it has been like at least 6, 7, or even 8 years already. And it is one thing about MacBook different from notebook, in my own opinion, is that MacBook is a lot faster when you're dealing with editing and dealing with a lot of graphic design stuff. It is still one of the best, and I would not I mean, I think notebooks are great, but then for specific use, MacBook is still the best. Okay, so so what happened is that recently has been giving me a lot of problem lah. Okay, one simple thing, it will take like hours to export, and it's taking me a lot of my time and a lot of my effort. So a little bit frustrated, like. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to get something more with the bigger screen, and MacBook it doesn't cost very little. It costs quite a bit more than a normal notebook, okay, or laptop, but it's worth the price, trust me. And of course, a lot of my software I bought a license on the MacBook Mac OS already, so to buy again for the PC notebook version or the laptop version is gonna cost me another bomb. So it is logical and make more sense to get another notebook. No, I got another MacBook. Okay. Some of you know my profession is I'm trained to be I'm a trained video editor. Okay, I went to course and I did video editing, and yeah, I've been doing video editing works for years now. But because of my video editing, I was also trained to become a cameraman, and eventually become a video producer. And I do live producing. Not so much commercial, but mostly churches, services, and all that. And I started years back lah, in my church, and was producing the Sunday message and the Wednesday Bible study, recording and producing the different camera switches, and yeah, it's interesting job, but it's long hours because after you gotta work with the cameraman, you gotta work with sound man, and then you are stuck in the I call it the blue room, because the room that time we work on during the live, we have a room above the whole hall, it was built that way, so soundproof. So yeah, that's where we are doing our producing, and yeah, it's very interesting, but it's very time consuming. It's a very energy taxing job, but if you have interest in it, you should I mean, it will, if you're interested in it, it's not too tiring. It's tiring, but it's like your interest, right? So that's what's happening now. Recently, my MacBook is giving me problem. I hope to be able to get one real soon, because I do not know this one is going to last for how long. Okay, back to possession. Okay. Why does a spirit want to possess a person? There are a few reasons. One of the reasons is because there's something that they want from you. Now the Chinese believe that there's this thing called a jing qi, and then that is your yang qi that's inside you, your the yang qi elements, or the yang energy that's in you, and they want it from you so that maybe it helps them to feel better, the spirit. I mean, it helps them to become stronger, and so they want it from you, so they possess you, and then they suck away all your jing qi. And sometimes the jing qi, yang, is not just yang qi, it's not just the yang energy, but also your what they call the productive energy, the really 精子的精气, and there are such incidents before. Seriously, I'm not joking. There are people who has been sucked dry, and then they died after after being sucked dry. And later I explain to you, and because there's some phenomenal, there's some things you should watch for when things like that happen. Signs when something like that is happening to you. Okay, now and also there could be the reason why the spirit want to possess a person could be something that they want to use your body to do. If you believe that there are ghosts, there are spirits of people who died, then some of them probably have been murdered or been cheated or been, something injustice has been done to them, and they want to possess you so that they can maybe take revenge, or they want to possess you so that they can use your body to do something, maybe not so like a murder, but something like they wanted to fulfill their wishes. Could be a loved one, or could be to say goodbye, even to simple things like say goodbye to the loved one, or to to visit their friends again, to see them one last time, and but one also thinks that they may want to use your body to do is also to continue to live in this world, because they can't they are supposed to leave this world. They want to live the life using your body again, but then eventually because like in the Chinese belief that there's a yin qi, yang qi. Eventually, there's too much yin qi, your body will die eventually, because the too much yin qi already inside already. Your body cannot take it. Eventually, you will still die, and then they will jump from body to body, there are such spirits, they just don't want to let go of what has happened to them and move on, see. Now, third reason why a spirit may want to possess a person is because they want to destroy you or your future. Okay, now this is the part of destroying only, possessing you, creating, because they okay, if we go into the side of the demonic possession usually when they possess you, the reason is not just to kill you, and many times it's to destroy you because they have certain characteristic they bring along. For example, anger, destruction, menace, and many of them, your character will change, the way you behave will change, and you start to do things that you don't usually do, or you could be a perfectly decent and mild and very nice person, but after a possession you could be the other extreme. You start to use maybe foul languages at people. You start to become get angry easily. Start to beat up people. Start to become very violent to your family. It could be all these things, and this is to destroy your life and to destroy your future. Now, why does it want to destroy your future? Because it's so busybody? No, because sometimes you must understand, in the world of the battle between good and evil, a lot of times the battle of the evil side do have some insight, and they do have some sign that, you possess certain calling in your life, they happen to know, or they happen to find out, so how do they find out? Okay, of course, they do not really have the insight to find out the future. Okay, they don't really know how to tell the future. I tell you, demons don't really know how to tell the future. They do not know how to tell the future. They can tell you a fake future, then they try to create it to cause you to think that they know. They actually don't know. Okay, if they know their future, they would not have rebelled against God. Simple as that. So they do not know the future. They cannot predict the future. But why do they? How do they know that your future may have a calling, or you may be somebody important? But because there are always signs, to see, your character, the way you behave, and the way maybe the power of God works within you. And also, one thing I personally believe, is that if you too many times you go. Too much of this thing is revealed to you too early, where you cannot handle. That's a problem. That means either through a prophet or through someone with a prophetic gift, will talk to you, tell you, you have this calling to be a deliverer and such things. Deliver people out of demonic possession. This type of thing that has not been told, that is not timely enough, and that could be something is detrimental to the person. Okay, that's why a lot of times, if God never tell you to, if you do not receive from on high, the permission or the reason to speak a prophecy or speak something of a nature of the characteristic or the calling of a person nature, then don't do it, because there are spirits around, yeah, there are demons around, there are ghosts around, there are spirits around. What you say, they also hear. Okay, so you may put someone in jeopardy. So that's the thing, if you're not called to give, or not told to give a prediction into a person's calling or life, don't do it, because you may destroy the person. My belief. Okay, and then even it's not a Christian, I believe that even if, like in the other religion, in the Chinese, or even the Muslim or whatsoever, there are people with special calling in their life, to maybe destroy the works of darkness, to destroy the works of all this spiritual uncleanness, and they may just if you it's the same thing, if you someone you go the fortune teller or whatever kind and tell you, and this is you call there are such thing called 天机不可泄露. But then of course, for the sake of money, many of them will say low lah, and then they get into trouble themselves. Okay, but then they get into trouble, that's their own business, but then they get you into trouble because then now everybody knows, including the spirits. So nothing to do. Don't go and call. Don't go and go to some about or go to some prophets, or go to some spiritual guru or leader. Ask for a prophecy, or ask for some fortune telling. It's actually no good for you. Don't review. Don't let this sort of thing. Don't review too much, I mean, even if you're a Christian, you must understand that prophecy come to you must be like a confirmation. It must be a surprise, So you should already know that you have that gift. Okay, and then when that has been revealed to you, then you should be like a confirmation, you see. And then don't jump from prophecy to prophecy, prophet to prophet. That is very dangerous for you. Okay, my advice, personal advice. Now the fourth reason why a spirit will want to possess a person is they want to kill you. That's straightforward. They just want to kill you. Why? The Chinese believe that if, let's say, there's a person who is drowned, right? There's a spirit who has been drowned, and they remain in the water. They cannot come out to the land because they have to remain where they died. They want to 找替身. That means they want to find someone to replace that spirit. They supposed to replace them to be the spirit in the water. That's so that they can go to the land and they go to their place they're supposed to go to. So that's why they want to kill you, to replace, so that you can replace them in that place where they died, because there's such a rule that they cannot come out. Even if they come out, it's only for a very short period of time or very short distance. They have to go back, and they feel cold, and they feel that's a terrible place to be. And not just water, okay, and there are many times there are some spirits also, there are stories that the spirit try to find replacement, okay, so that they can go for to go to where they're supposed to go, because they are okay, some have done terrible things so that they do not qualify for going for maybe reincarnation or what. So that's why they did something, so they need to find a replacement. So these are evil spirits. So the operative word being evil. Okay. So spirit do one of the reasons could be because they want to kill you so that you can be a replacement. Okay. Of course, they might also want to kill you because you are the subject of their revenge, and they might not just want to use your body for revenge, but they want to just kill you because they want to find revenge. And this is to fulfill the universal rule of you reap what you sow. Where the Chinese believe that the spirit can come back and kill you, but then so you reap what you sow, so you probably deserve it, if that's so. So the other that's the one of the last reason. I don't think this is exhaustive. The reason I research on. The last reason is why the spirit like to possess, will possess a person, is to put fear in the people around them, and it is a very fearful thing to see your family member or your friend get possessed before you, and not many people will go and help. Many people will run away. Okay. Many people see already, don't dare to touch, and they may not want to talk to you forever after that. Because some people have to believe that if you are demon possessed before, that means something's wrong with you. But then could be, could not be, I'm not sure. So depending on what school of thoughts that you are in. But then yep. So this will put fear in people, and then one of the reasons is also to isolate you, and also to that they are fearful of the ghosts or the demonic, that they will pay alms to them, maybe they were in the Chinese believe that they will build a temple for them. There's such thing called Yin temple, Yam Miu. It's actually not for the so-called their gods or whatever, it's actually for the spirit, for ghosts, for things that they think they call themselves they like to call themselves gods, yeah, but they are not. They are just spirits and ghosts. They are just something. Could be because of this now, give fear to people, cause them to create a place of homage, where they can pay tribute to them, with their whatsoever. Even in olden times, in very ancient, or not ancient, olden times, even in um in China, in many parts of the world, there are also such things called they sacrifice human life, to appease a certain gods or certain spirits that they have been terrorizing them, maybe in the village or in their place, and they use life sacrifice to appease them. There are such written type of incident before you can find in some sort of non-official history or stories being told. And yep, that's the reason why. That's one of the 5 reasons I can research on and to tell you why the spirits want to possess a person. Some believe there are no such thing as possession, and there's only demonization, or they are only influenced by the spirits. Okay, so there's a difference between 鬼上身 to 鬼缠身. Okay, there's a difference between possession and demonization, or spirit terrorizing your life. Okay, and some believe that terrorizing your life is the prequel to possession. Okay, we will talk about that later on. But then let's talk about okay. Later on I'll tell you a very actually so be a true story lah. A celebrity told before, in Hong Kong, and I find it interesting because it's very funny. Okay, and maybe I have time I'll tell you the story, and it's a little bit long, and then but it's very funny, and then should be quite true lah, and it is the direct what happened to his friend. So maybe later on, so I want to talk to you right now. I want to bring up to you right now. What is the signs of a person being demonized, or being influenced or terrorized by spirits, or slash and possession by spirits? Okay, that means the person who is possessed. How can you tell a person is possessed, or he is going through a oppression period when he's being oppressed by spirits? Okay, now the first there are actually 9 or 10 signs that you can see. First sign is that the person cannot control what he's thinking. Okay, that means he think of one thing, then he do another thing, then he think of one thing, he do another thing. That means he's very very messy, his thought line, his what he thinks, what he feels, all very confused and messy. He thinks he couldn't think straight. Okay, now such a person you can actually tell, he tell you one thing, then he tell you another thing. He jump from topic to topic, and he cannot keep straight on what he's thinking. A person who is always here and there in his thoughts, has a danger that the spirit is being active in his life, and it's not a good spirit. So he has been being influenced, causing a lot of confusion. Okay. Okay, and the reason is because there are if there's a possession already taken place, the reason is because there are 2 thoughts line coming out, his own thought line and the spirit thought line coming out, and trying to fight with each other. And then it could be his own. One time it could be his thinking, he then the other time his thinking is different already. So there's no control, and sometimes they mumble things that that's out of place. You go to you're talking about food, everybody talking about, suddenly he mumbles something out of place, about maybe books, suddenly change the topics and all that, and then you call him, he turned back and said, oh yeah, okay, sorry. They would like come back, they were just still wondering why their thoughts run away, to somewhere else, and that is the time. That's one sign that the person has that some dealings with the demonic or ghosts or spirits. So yeah, the thoughts pattern. Secondly, they tend to get very easily ill. Okay, now that's also an important sign. You cannot say a person is. You can say that a person maybe his body is weak. And maybe there's a reason why a person always is weak. In his body. Why is the why sometimes it's weird because people like that they feel cold when everybody feel that's hot. Or when everybody feel there's cool and nice cold weather, they feel there's hot. So there is a contrast of how they feel, and then sometimes the contrast is they change. For one moment they feel hot, one moment they feel cold. Okay, it could be sickness when you feel cold, you feel hot, it's called 疟疾. Okay, you're having diarrhea. You could have some sickness that you shouldn't see a doctor. If you are not, then it's not natural for a person to suddenly have such adverse change of feelings, as in the feelings of his how he feels in his body feelings. So such sign you have to be careful, because it could be a sign also that there's some demonic influence being happening, or there's some spiritual influence being happening. Okay, another thing is that they may be the second point is because it could be that you see them, they shake. Sometimes their movement are not balanced. But of course there are some people who say they have two left foot, or grow with two right foot. They are born with, so that they are always falling down. They are not stable. And there's some people don't really have problem with coordinating their movement. There are people, I've met them myself. But then if a person is okay, all the while, and suddenly he has a problem of coordination with his movement and all that, suddenly he moved his hand and he slapped somebody, and he didn't even know why he moved his hand that way, didn't turn his body that way. And these are the signs now. But then of course also you have to look out for, because a person who has sudden movement that is not in common with what the person is doing, that means his movement is not balanced. It's supposed to be a sign that he's getting a stroke. So so go for the medical one first. Don't straight away jump to spiritual. So you may be able to save the person's life, or to so that he will not be so serious when he had a real stroke, or you can prevent even a stroke for this person. Advise the person go and see a doctor. But if it's you find that you suddenly lose a lot of balance in your work, in your hands, in your signal, in your movement and all that, and then you probably need to go see a doctor first and see what the doctor say. They probably do a scan and see if you're in danger of a stroke, or maybe some neurological problem in your life, or some neurological issue with your body. So if it's not, then just be careful, because these are signs that something is trying to infest into your life. Okay, now third signs of person who is being demonized or being possessed is like darkness and start to hate the light. Okay, start to like darkness, hate the light. Or some people like nightlife. Okay, I'm not I know that. And then there are people who really like black, their favorite color. Okay, black is not a color, it's just black. So anyway, there are people who like that. Then okay, there's it's normal for them, it's fine. But then if let's say they are okay, they are very sunshine guy, then suddenly they don't like to come out. Okay, not because of the pandemic. Okay, pandemic, of course we shouldn't be coming out whatever we like. But then I'm talking about even in normal time, he seems to be a person who like to go out for jogging, and so suddenly he stay at home. Don't really go out, so often. And then he daytime always feel tired, want to sleep, feel that it's too glaring, the lights he's too bright, he doesn't like. And then now he like darkness. At night he suddenly become very active. Okay, now becoming like a vampire Dracula only comes out at night, but it becoming like Dracula at that. Then a change in their behavior that's one danger sign, because although demons are around or the spirits are around all the time, but because of the daytime, the 阳气非常重啊, though they are usually very hard for them to manifest themselves, or they cannot gather enough energy, their yin energy to do their work, so they can cause them, because the so strong the 阳气, the 阳气 can cause them their existence. Okay, so usually the spirit will try to avoid direct sunlight. Okay, and then if they have to, then they will hide in darker places in the daytime, like under the bridge, one dark corner. Yeah, remind me of a show by Will Smith, and 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 also the show recently, Korean drama, on ancient time, on zombies. Okay, and wow, that is one of the scenery, the scenario where all the spirits trying to hide under one place where there's shadow, no sunlight being covered. That is quite a quite a sight to look for. Never seen that in other movie, but then it's like it's called Kingdom. Okay, I'm not trying to promote Netflix, but then it is something that I saw, which is quite different. Okay, but if you are not into all these ugly faces, rotten flesh faces, with ugly face, white eyes, if you cannot stand it, then to watch. Okay. So okay, go back to the point. Like darkness and start to hate the light. Okay. So you people like that also likes to hide what they do. They don't like to be too sociable. Okay, light and darkness can be also the bringing into light, as in bringing into light, and then be open, let people share your your life with people. But then people like that, like darkness, they start to become very reserved. Don't like to share, don't like to go out with friends, don't like to even have contact. And it's a very good sign that the person is going through something bad. Okay, so okay, fourth reason why the fourth sign of a possessed person is that they will have weird dreams. As usually the dreams itself inside, they will have they'll be able to see the spirit. There will be spirits in their dream, and they do things with the spirit. Okay, and the things they do means they have intimate things that they do with ghosts or with spirit, with demons. Okay, that is a dangerous sign. Anytime you find that you have a dream that you're sleeping with a demon, please go see your pastor. Okay, put it as the outright urgent. Okay, see him tomorrow, call him straight away. Reason because that is very, very dangerous, and there are many, many cases where such dreams happen, and these are not opposite. Don't think that opposite, maybe you find a new girlfriend or what. No, I tell you, this is not opposite. This is straight. Go see your pastor, go and see your spiritual leader, go and see your 师父. These are very, very bad signs, because dreams is a window that the spirits can enter in. And then when you have an intimate relationship with the spirit in dreams, it could be constituted as having a real relationship, an intimate relationship with that spirit, because in the dream is where the domain of the spirits try to reign. And that's if you have that, don't need to ask question, go and see, at least go for a prayer. Okay. Now this stuff that just now I said that there are spirits that try to suck away people 精气. This is the spirit. Usually when you have things like this, you every night you have this dream that you slept with this beautiful girl, you know, and you slept with her and you have intimate relationship with her. Same girl, beautiful, you love her so much. Okay, I can guarantee you in real life, this spirit is not so beautiful. Okay, this is just an illusion. And then in real life, this is the bad spirit, the evil spirit trying to suck away your 精气. Okay, when you suck finish already, you will die. Okay, and then even if you don't die, you start to become weaker and weaker and weaker, and then you'll probably die eventually also. Okay, so yeah, like I said, you have this type of dream, go and seek help. Okay, don't come and ask help from me. I'm not an expert. Okay, I can give you my pastor's number, or I can bring you to church and then you go and see my pastor and let him deal with you. This is the time I tell you. I'm not too sure. Go and look for my pastor. He's there. Okay, so yeah. Now, a person who is possessed, that's number 5. A person who is possessed or has been demonized or has been influenced by spirit are usually a person who temperament has changed. They usually change from seldomly they change from bad to good. Very bad temperament become very good. Okay. If let's say a man is possessed by a woman spirit, maybe suddenly become very 娘娘腔, you know, suddenly like to put on 胭脂, you know, put on lipsticks, put on you know, that's become a cross. So maybe he's like become a cross dresser and things like that. So yeah, maybe it will happen. I'm not sure Okay, but then if a person suddenly become very angry, you know, for no reason, angry all the time, and then little bit thing explode, anger explode, you know, and violently, you know, and then even if they don't violently, you know, they don't fight or beat up a person, but then they make you fearful of them because of their anger, you know, and these are the things that you have to be careful of. Sudden change of character is never good, Okay, I mean, at the least, excuse me, at the least, he could be going through some problem himself, you know. He could have bipolar, you know, who knows. And you should show more concern, you know, maybe send him to see the counselor, you know, or at least bring the counselor to home and see. It could be your spiritual leader or whatsoever, you know, or your 师父 or what. So when a person suddenly change, becoming very violent or very angry, you know, pay more attention. You need to seek help. Please go and seek help. So then the 6th sign is a person. What's the sign of a person being possessed? Okay, this one you won't believe, A person who don't normally are so faithful in their believing in certain religion, you know, maybe it's Buddhism, Taoism, or it could be Muslim, Islam, Muslim, or it could be even Christianity. You know, he's a person who is not so faithful and suddenly out of the sickness become faithful. Okay, and not just that. Of course, there are people who maybe in their sickness they saw life meaning, you know, they change. But then not just that, you know, they start to do a lot of things in a miraculous form, you know, start to maybe even to do a lot of ministering work, okay, like they start to like for example, a person who don't believe in Buddhism and all that, suddenly he start to practice all the chanting, doing all the, you know, becoming very concerned for other people, and sudden change, you know, even from bad to good, could be a bad thing. Okay, why? Because although belief system can change, but there are many people who after they go through a time of sickness, right, they could be a spirit, you know, during their sickness when they are weak, that comes and can take over their body, because they don't know, when they are weak they don't have the fire to fight, they don't have that rejection mechanism. They could take over their body, and it could be the spirit, that the way of how to say, way of putting up a disguise. so they get involved in many things, many things that involve the prayer, maybe involve the spiritual practices and all that. So when a person suddenly get involved in all this, I mean, it's nice to believe positively like that. Enlightenment. He touched by God. All this stuff. Yeah, it's nice to believe, but it's also prudent to think otherwise too. That this person could there be something else? Could there be a deception in this person? Within this person, trying to deceive people by doing good. Okay, deceive a person by doing things that are, people will not normally say that, oh, it's a bad spirit. Maybe say that, oh, it's a good thing. Okay, so good thing can also be bad. Okay, I ever see a book, good and God. Okay, so something that is good may not be what is God. Okay, so don't always think that good may be good, it may be God. But then sometimes good things done in the wrong timing, it could be a bad thing. Okay, good thing done in the wrong motive is also a bad thing. Okay, so this world is filled with people with good intention, but they are all going to hell. Okay, so don't just see that, oh, it's good, then it must be from God, or it must be something good, it must be something from the Buddha, or from the don't know what 神仙, may not be. So just beware lah. Of course, I'm not saying that it's impossible to be, but then there are still people who has went through near death experience, come back, and they are changed men, and they start to become contributors of the society, doing great works. Of course, they are just cheating around, but then it's always good to be to live a little bit of what if, in case that that part. Okay, so let's go on. I don't want to say too much to offend people at this point. But then the seventh point of the sign. A person who is going through difficult things in spiritually, is also one of the problem with the heart. Okay, suddenly, the word being suddenly, there's a heart problem involved. Okay, it may not be just heart attack or weak heart. No, it could be something they start to be not able to blood not be able to being pumped effectively and enough to the other part of the body. That means you feel lightheaded all the time. Your heartbeat has to pump extra hard. And something is like blocking your vessels, your blood vessels, and all that. And then you find that you start to you start to pant very easily. Of course, that could be a sign of a heart attack. But then people with heart attack usually have lived through this. And their whole life probably. And if let's say you have never been diagnosed with heart attack, you don't suddenly get heart attack. And then unless you have a very serious shock, okay, then you may get a heart attack. But then a normal person who suddenly will not feel need to pant for breath and all that. Okay, and we're talking about very serious one. You start to need more oxygen or what, like someone is like you are breathing enough oxygen for 2% needs or you are trying to pump blood for 2% body like that. Okay, so there's the problem with the heart. You start to have not enough air, like that. And then your heartbeat sometimes slow, sometimes fast, I mean, for no reason. Of course, you see, you walk past, you see a pretty girl, maybe your heart pump fast. Okay that's understood. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in just a normal time within the time span. You're doing the same thing. Suddenly your heartbeat increase and suddenly your heartbeat decrease, and then it's like for no reason. These are signs that the heart is your body is trying to get used to that something foreign thing that's inside you. Okay, then changes in voices. Okay, it could be a change of voice. That's a very very big sign. Okay, and if a man suddenly speak with a woman voice, better go and seek help. If a woman speak a man voice, better go and seek help. Okay. Now, if any one of them adult speak like a child, that one is very scary. You really need to go and seek help. Okay. Now, what happens if a man starting to meow like a cat or bark like a dog? That one is quite obvious. You have to go and I seriously don't know. Go and see your spiritual leader lah. Okay. Okay, one of the place that this spirit like to stay in is your heart lah. So okay, for certain practices of all these spirits. Sometimes the spirit is not just a ghost or what. It could be a certain black magic practitioner. He practiced black magic and then he has died. And he's trying to possess a body to do some ritual or whatever. I mean, you have seen some of the movie. I won't tell you the name already. When a person, he going to die. Because he's a bad guy. He's being chased by the police. He was going to die, so he has to say a certain prayer or a certain ritual on the boy to transfer his spirit. But then he couldn't find, so he changed it. He sent it to a doll. So he became inside his spirit became inside the doll and he's a murderer, so the doll became a murderous doll. You know which movie? So and this one he stay inside the doll. So I'm saying that sometimes a certain ritual need to be, some spirits need they have some prior knowledge of certain ritual, whatever need to be done, so they may want to just stay in your heart. That's why the heart can be the place that you feel the pain most or the effect most lah. Okay, so do pay attention. Okay, and then number 8. Okay, same thing. The person sudden change in his behavior, sudden change of his practices. Normal. This one is more on a normal practice. For example, a person is very spick and span clean. Then suddenly, for one reason, only one day he come back and then he start to become a very person who is completely different person. He suddenly become very dirty, don't bathe, sort of thing. So a behavior of a personal practice, personal lifestyle can also mean that the person has some issue here. Okay, and then number 9 is your eyeball, your pupil will become dilated. Okay, and usually this is a sign that a person is being zonked out. Okay, zonked out, something zonked in. So this is one sign. So these are the 9 steps or 9 signs you can see from a person, if a person is being possessed or not. You see, actually there's a 10th sign. The 10th sign is because they say that when a spirit possesses a person, the yin energy start to become very accumulative and a lot because of the spirit, and then it can cause a blockage to the flow of the qi in the body. That means there's too much yin qi, and then you can see that certain part of the body grow dark, like the hand, the face especially. That's why they say, the fortune teller that while the yin tang fa hei, again yin tang is here, it become a bit darkish, greenish, like another punch like that, but then it's darkish, and that's the reason why. It's because yin qi, too much of yin qi causing the flow of the qi to be blockage, and I mean olden time flow of qi also means the flow of the blood. So when there's a flow problem, that is why certain places a bit darkened and all that. So that's how they see, and that's the rationale behind that saying. So if let's say a person suddenly, I mean he never go under the sun, then his face looks very dark, skin looks very dark, or some part of the body looks very dark, especially got orchi and all that, you really have to be careful. And not of course, he go through a fight, he got orchi, but if he's not like a normal person, never go through fight anything, suddenly got orchi over his body or some faces of some part of his body is darker and all that is because the qi cannot flow. There's a blood flow problem causing it to be like that. So there's a very good sign that it is there is some possession going on. So there are 10 signs here. Okay. Now, what are the reasons that a person can get all this type of thing happening to them? So one reason is because you have been doing things that are not good. Okay, you're not supposed to do it, but you do it. Okay, for example, you go and practice a ritual, to get yourself rich. Okay, you go to the cemetery and go and do don't know what ritual, come back and you feel that looks like I'm going to be possessed. Okay. Yeah, you are, because yeah, these are things you go and invite this type of thing into your life, then you should expect this thing to happen. Or second reason is because you invite them in also, because you yang gui zai, or you go and rear ghosts, you to help you to get more money or to destroy your competitors. You go and get all this gui to come into your life, your house, your company. Of course, you can expect all this type of thing happen. And sometimes even things like you go and请什么五鬼运财 all this鬼, no, that one is not God. That one is 鬼. You literally is asking the ghost to come, and then yeah, so you invite them, then they come and then they do one more thing, they will possess you. Okay. So these are the things that can cause all these demons to come, all these spirits to come to you. And then when you are weak, for example, it can also cause spirit to come to you, because when you're weak, your 精气神 it become very low, then the defense is lower. Okay, so so when weak, what to do? Build stronger, sometimes exercise more can become stronger. Sometimes get yourself to have more outdoor type of events going on. You may don't want to go for exercise, go out with friends and all that. Maintain a happy and a joyful spirit inside you, then that will actually kill off a lot of the plans of don't know what spirits who are interested in you, they usually cannot handle you to come in or to to take charge of you or to do things to you if let's say you have a very joyful and happy spirits. That would definitely kill them away or push them away. So maintain certain type of happiness and joyful spirit is very important for keeping all these unwanted things, spirits or demons away. Okay, and one thing is also you can do is also be with friends, go out, have a joyful time, and don't just stay at home and be alone, stay at one corner. If you really have to stay at home because of this pandemic, then open the windows. Okay, don't go close the window, on the aircon, then okay, I mean you may love being romantic and all that, but then lights, sunshine, all that is all very important for your own health and also for the house and all that. Okay, so yeah, don't stay with one, don't stay alone one person, and at least have an interaction, even if you have to go to Zoom and all that. It does help, excuse me. I heard this saying. There's one time someone was saying, what to do if let's say you move to a new house and you find like a spirits, and then one of the master, very renowned master, he said that very important, you very easy, you go there and you every week you have steamboat, because steamboat you cannot be one person eat, right? You have to have quite a few person. Invite your friends all come to that steamboat. Every week invite 1 or 2 times, ask them to come. After that, after some time, because the gathering of people and all that, it created yan hei. Then after that, the spirit cannot stand there, run away, right? Okay, so that's the thing now. Okay, when you have all this stuff, I mean, another thing is that when you have funny ghostly dream or whatever, it's good to share with someone, but then don't share it immediately that night. Wait until the daytime, go and talk to someone, your spiritual leader, a friend, your buddy, your husband, your wife. Don't share with your children. So some of these are maybe meant for be 18 years and above. So share with them, share with someone. Let them share your problem. You know, when even not just dreams. I mean, you go through problems, share with someone. Go through some type of help. You know, even if you don't have you don't go through counseling or whatnot, go and share with friends and all that. You know, sometimes there's a lack outlet out. You know, to share doesn't mean they can give you some help, but then just the listening ear can actually bring down the level of pressure, the level of that the effect of that situation, you know, so that you can be a little bit more kailang, you know, joyful, a little bit more open, you know, not so bad. So these are all things that help to keep you to be less grumpy, less sad, you know, less feeling less hopeless. Okay, and most importantly, find hope lah. Okay, go and join a church, go and join a religion or whatever, you know, find some things that is light, good, righteous, you know, something that is good, you know, to fill your life with, and these are all very helpful things, you know. I mean, have a touch of what is good. Okay, don't always go and touch the bad lah. Avoid nighttime places that you go. Okay, you can go once in a while, you know. I mean, dark places, you know lah. You're talking about even bars, you know, a nightclub. Okay, entertainment area, for example, you know, the I'm not talking about the computer game entertainment area, those type of entertainment. I'm talking about those in Geylang entertainment area lah. Those type of places, okay, try not to go lah. But if you go, then don't have to be so frequent lah, because those are places that are a little bit more yum, so they are a little bit in the inside. So frequent those type of places, you put yourself in danger lah, of all these spiritual attacks. Okay, 上得山多终遇虎你上得山多你始終都會遇到老虎OK， 所以你今日打老虎係你嘅事啦。Then yeah, these are the things you have to be careful. So most importantly, you know, maintain a good spirit. Yeah. Okay, maintain a healthy lifestyle. Okay, endure with one another, live happily with one another, and this will help you in resisting all these type of evil things that are happening in your life lah. Okay. Of course, the Christian, in the Christian, I'm a Christian. I mean, in case you all don't know, I believe I also do all this type of thing, and I believe in all this stuff. Not believe lah. I like to talk about all this type of thing is because of my personal hobby lah. And then I'm a Christian. The things I believe, the things I don't believe lah. So in the Christian circle, there are 4 levels of possession. First level is called the infestation. When you are being infested, okay, when things you're seeing is happening, like for example a haunted house type thing, you know, you see things moving, you see chairs being moving, you hear sound and all that, you know, there are things that are happening, you know, maybe you still can't figure out is it real or is it natural or whatever, but that is, you know, that is happening now, you know, scratching sound and all that. So this is the part where there's infestation. They are trying to infest into your house or into your life. Okay, the first level or the first stage of a possession is infestation. It affects you, it affects your property. Okay, your object, your furniture, even your animal, your dogs, the pets, you know. Then second stage is called the oppression. Now the all these activities suddenly step up already, become more serious, more, I mean, you become very sure that it's not naturally occurrence, you know, that it's not a it's not the pipe, it's not the things that's happening with the natural, you know, the housing problem, you know, utensil problem. It's not, so you're quite sure that something is happening. So there's activity, and because when that happens, there's advance, the activity will increase, you know, and then it will start with physical attack. That's why it's an oppression. There's a lot of physical attack, you know, disturbance in your sleep. They are trying to oppress you by taking out maybe your rest time, your sleep time, your harmonious relationship with your family members, your relationship with your friends, you know, your work, your workplace peacefulness and all that, you know, all this type of thing. He's trying to change it, make it bad, so that you can be oppressed by the things around you, and they try to change all this lah. So the second stage is called the oppression stage. Okay, then now if it's not being stopped, then it will go into the third stage called the obsession stage. Okay, at this time, this stage, you have a hard time of functioning in it because you are now being bogged down by this obsession already. This obsession is not a voluntary obsession. You volunteer to be obsessed. Sometimes we're obsessed by certain movies, certain type of things, Korean drama or whatever, obsessed, but then the obsession is a non-voluntary one. Okay, this obsession is you have no choice but to every time think about it, to have fear about it, because it's happening all the time. And then even when you work, you are worried about this thing, or your children, your wife, what is happening at home, because there's such thing happening at home. These are the obsession, and you think about it all the time. It's nothing else you can think about. Nothing, you can't function in life anymore. And this is the part of the obsession. Obsessing with its presence. Okay, now it has take on a major role, a major center stage, in your life, in your house. This is the part of the obsession. Okay, first is infestation, second is oppression, third is obsession. It get deeper and deeper and deeper. Now obsession is one of the very deep already. Okay, you really need to seek help already. Okay, and in the obsession stage, there are thoughts and thoughts of suicide. There's a frequent thoughts of suicide, frequent thoughts of giving away, giving out, leaving. Okay, yeah, so it is a very, very tiring stage already. And during these three stages, it is still not too late to get a leader, a spiritual leader, a pastor, someone to come and deal with it, to cleanse your house, to pray with you. And you really need to deal with it already, because it's already becoming very dangerous already when you reach the obsession stage. In fact, the first stage, when you see infestation, if it's not too sure, then you should get some help, see whether do some investigation. If it really is, you should actually ask your spiritual leader to help you already. Okay, now all this stage, deliverance minister can actually do a very good job already. Okay, now the last stage is called the possession stage. Possession is already the part where the demon, the spirit is taking over you already, because that's the ultimate goal. Okay, take over you to do what he wants you to do, and to destroy your life, or to kill you, or to use the body to do something they want. Okay, and if it's a Christian side, it's a demonic possession. Demonic possession is to defile this body lah. Okay, and they actually believe that if a person is if he is being possessed and he died, he will not go to heaven. Okay, Roman Catholic belief. So he need to be exorcised before he's being before he's is available to go to heaven. He's qualified to go to heaven. So in the possession stage, it's already very late already, but yet you can still get help. Okay, definitely one, because the power of demons are always is a long way below the power of the name of Jesus Christ. So if you go through a possession stage, you really need you need the help of your people around you, really, to help you to get help. Okay, but when you're in the stage of possession stage already, you probably lose your consciousness to that spirit already. Okay, and you probably incurred a lot of pain and damage to your body. Okay, because he's not going to take care of your body for you lah, that's for sure. And the spirit, he's not going to put manicure, do manicures, put on facial, wash your face with face washing or soap, whatever. Definitely not. He probably won't gonna bathe for a long time. You're gonna smell and stink like don't know like what. Okay, you probably had cuts and all over your body or whatever, and you have those rotten smell, and sores or whatever. I mean, these are the things that may be happening now. Head spinning or no, that probably haven't really. Yeah, that's a little bit far-fetched. Okay, whatever the body can do, the body can do. Okay, I mean, if he still want you to be alive, he will do what the body can do. Then A lot of the things that you see, it could be illusion, you know, so it may not be what is happening. Like, you know, someone once tell me that he when he was doing a deliverance, he's a pastor who did a deliverance, then suddenly the face disappear. Okay, the face is there, you know, but plain skin only, without eyes, no nose, everything. I mean, he see already, he vomited out, you know, because it's so ugly without all the ugly, maybe ugly, you know. So but that is not what happened. It did not make the eyes go into the skin. It's just a illusion, an image that he portrayed to, you know, to that, maybe that's pastor, so that he see it, you know. So they can cause all this kind of thing lah. So yeah, four level possession. So be really careful. Now I promise you a story. Okay, I tell you this story before I end. Okay, and then there's a video I will play, and you know, 4 examples of I mean, very real possession on exorcism being take place. And after the end, I will play the video, and after the video we will end the whole meeting. But then I'll tell you the story first. I remember in a talk show in Hong Kong talk show a few years back. There's this person who is an actor. He shared about this, what his friend happened to his friend. I know he has a friend who is working in the office. Now one day, he happened to shift to a new place in Hong Kong. It's a new, it's not a new built place, okay. It's a new place, as in it's an old place, but then it's a he's a new tenant there. He shifted there with his family, and you know, when you shift to a bigger place and a happy place because of your work, it's getting better. Everybody's very happy, you know, and they are very joyful, you know. And after that, the first day they shift everything, you know. They put out the furniture, everything. Okay, very happy. Nothing happened. And then after that, he go back to work. So after he went back to work, he went to his office. When I halfway through the working, suddenly there's a possession taken place. Suddenly he talk. Suddenly he becomes he start to behave weirdly, you know. I mean, you can see a sign of a person behaving weirdly, you know, and then he start to behave like a woman, you know. Sit there, and he sit there and I think he start to smoke, which he don't smoke, and then he was sitting there like a woman. You know, you can see a woman sit there, cross the leg. All his colleagues say, what is happening? Is he playing a joke? No. Then after that, they try to talk to him, and he refused to talk, you know. Then after that he finally talked. Okay, see, and then his voice is the woman voice, 100% woman voice. It's not fake one. Okay, it's not fake voice like woman. Okay, fake voice like woman this time. No, it's really a voice of a woman. Cannot fake one. So they're all very scared, you know. So what they do is that what to do? Then some people, you know, go around and say, oh no, we don't know what to do. You know, you take the chopstick and cramp his middle finger left hand, the middle finger, you know, it cramp already, you know. Then he would eventually go away, you know. So they did that, and they suppress him, and very powerful, okay, this possession, and then they suppress him and they try to do it, okay, and nothing happened. The spirit's still inside, so it doesn't work. So then they try here this thing and that thing, you know. They try, you know what, then in the end, don't know what they tried, the spirit left him. Oh, he don't know what happened. What happened? Then they tell him what happened. They say, it could be a spirit, you know, just pass by, you know. But don't worry, you know. I see. I guess the person who did the last thing to him will take the credit. I see. I know, you know. I did this so that the spirit run away. Okay, so they thought, okay, one time effect, one time things that nothing happened, you know. And then he go home. He didn't even share with his wife. Then the next day he come work, thinking nothing happened. Then in the afternoon happened again. It was possessed again. This time not only sit like a woman, you know, smoke like a woman. He starts sing song and starts sing English song. Okay, this guy this is not a recent time, so at the time the the Hong Kongers, they don't, not many of them can speak English. Although this guy don't really speak very well English. Sing English song definitely cannot lah. So he starts singing English song, and then very old type of English song, okay, and maybe 60s, 50s or even, you know, she starts singing, humming, singing, you know, and then wow, people are all very scared. Come back again. So the guy who did that thing, they try again and nothing happened. Then this time round, you know, other department come in, also help. They ask for help. Then other department come in. Or some people very garang, you know, take two or not. A lot of more damaging thing to him. One of them take one bunch of joystick and, you know, try to poke on his chest or what, you know, try to get the spirit to back off. You know, and then so this time round he get a lot more wounds and pain and whatever. You know, this time round after that, while this time round they did hurt his, he was hurt a bit here and there, like, you know, there are a lot of wounds on his body, and yet and after that, after a while, they again, this spirit left him lah. Okay, so they said, wow, cannot like that, man, what to do. Then one guy said, hey, I know of this this lady, you know, she's very powerful, you know, she's a disciple of this type of the Taoism type of practice now, who actually do all this chasing away the spirit, the exorcism now. So later on, a few of them decided to bring him to go and see this lady. Should we bring this guy? Actually, the time when they bring him, it was okay, but then they know that, you know, now that there's an occurrence that come back repeating, they want him to go through it and help to maybe get it out, you know, or clear it, whatever, get it, you know, get it done for, or get it out straight. I mean, as make sure nothing happened. But then once they bring to this lady, and this lady come in, there I can help you. Then after that, the lady spirit manifests again, and then well, kind of story short, she did a lot of ritual and everything cannot work. So this lady said, 不可以，我唔夠發力，唔夠 you know, I don't not strong enough. My energy compared to this spirit. I recommend you to my senior 師兄 you know, of course he's a senior you know, of the same 師父, but he, you know, so he said he's better, he's very powerful. So she followed, this lady followed the few of the colleague and bring this guy to his 師兄 his senior. Then he brought to him, the senior said, no problem, it's a small case. Okay, then he did same thing, you know, the big ritual was a more elaborate thing he did. Then in the end, still beside. Okay, beside. Then they said, wow, 這個好強 you know. And then no choice. I said, okay, I think must bring to our master already, the place already. So they bring the master do. Of course, master then the master talked to the spirit, said, who are you? Then this spirit speak English, you know. And then from the translation, this spirit, they said that they knew that she was a tenant in the same apartment that they rented now, you know. But she wasn't there. She's not longer staying there. It was a few tenant in the middle. There are quite a lot of tenant in the middle, you know. So they are not the direct tenant of her and after her, but somehow she said she committed suicide by jumping down, and that's why she's stuck here, and they are staying in her apartment. For a reason why the last few times there was no much problem, and this one has problem, we don't know, or whether they have problem, but then and only they never report now. But then now he inherited this spirit. So what to do? So the 師父 did whatever. It looks like he clear off. Okay, so he's very happy, you know, like the 師父 very powerful, right? Okay, the Taoist 師父 very powerful, so you know, very happy. So they went, you know, they went there, and because it's very late already, it's don't know what time really after the whole thing, you know, I don't know what AM, maybe 4 AM or what. So they decided to sleep at his place house until the next day, because next day they just go to work. So they slept, then the next day they go to work and nothing happened, and it seems to be okay, you know. So he tell the guy, okay, I think because you're so tired and because it's a very tiring thing to be possessed and to be exorcised. Okay, so why don't you take a few days off? And then say, okay, yeah, take off. Then after they went back to work, thinking very happy for themselves, like, help a colleague and very very proud of themselves. So for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, he never come to work. So they said, wow, rest also not so long now, what's he doing? So they call his home now. One of them called home. Hey, what happened? Is he not feeling well? It's what? Why is he never come? Is he sick? And then the wife answered the phone. The wife told them, that actually that morning after you left, he get possessed again, right in the middle of the sitting room in front of them and the children. And this woman speaking English, and then she refused to leave, and she said that she's going to continue, to stay in his body. All the work that they have done, the Taoist priest has no use on her. Okay, she's just too tired, so she left the body, and then she's still on, and this time round, it's a long period of time she has still been possessed, on and off, so he never go to work, and then she said that his father, the guy's father, who is I think a staunch Buddhist now. I think it's the Tibet type Buddhist where there's a lot of chanting and that. Then he bring his own chanting thing, and he's don't know he chant the don't know what 咒 like, a 金刚咒 or whatever 咒 in front of him, like very powerful like that, because someone told him that if you do it, he will go away, So he went. I think the next day, when he was possessed, the possession going. He went the next day, and then he learned the don't know what 咒 learn already. Then the ghost sitting there, like the don't really care. Then he tell the father. He said that this one does not have effect on me. Yeah, because I'm not a Buddhist when I died. So the Buddhist the Buddhist chanting had no power on me. I said I was a Catholic when I leave, so don't do it, don't waste my time. Okay, you won't chase me away, man. Wow, then they very scared, the ghost, the spirit can talk like that through to the husband. So after that, the woman remember, her mother is the Catholic. So she called her mother. After the father-in-law the method doesn't work. She called her mother and said that, can you come and help? Or ask somebody help. The mother said, oh, no, I cannot. So the master said, I will call my priest to come. The priest went, and then did an exorcism on him, and then the woman left. Because she was a Catholic when she committed suicide, when she died. So she had no choice when the Catholic priest used the name of Jesus, holy water and all that, and she had no choice to leave. So after that, after the whole thing, he was okay. There's no occurrence of her coming back. So sometimes the right medicine is important for the right sickness. Okay. I do not know a lot about the spirit world. I don't pretend that I know. I just know my part that I know of, and I believe that we still do not know a lot about what the spirit world is all about. Okay, but it is a very funny example of a sometimes you got to use the right method lah. Maybe I know a lot of people believe that the same method can use for any type of spirit and all that lah. So who knows? Could be this is a special case. I'm not very sure. So then, just an example that I'd like to share with you. Okay. So thank you for tuning into my show, and I just want to. I don't take too much time, but I just want to remind you of the email. You can always email me or email us, so that you can share with us your story or your encounter, or even you have any suggestion that you like to make. You can always email us. Okay, our email is at or lightsonsg@gmail.com. Okay. Now every Sunday at 10 p.m. Today I know I'm 15 minutes late because I'm always late a bit, but then we'll try my best to become on time. Every Sunday at 10 p.m. Okay, we will be on. Okay, even if you are not, you have some problem, our the entering screen, the main screen will still be on, so that you know that we are coming in soon. Okay, so every Sunday 10 p.m. If you want to visit us, we are always at tiny1.com. tiny.1/ghost. Okay, we are always at tiny.1/ghost. Okay, the reason is because we will try to map the ever-changing YouTube live link to this tiny.1/live. Okay, so that it will be easier for everybody to come in, so that I don't have to every time announce the link or whatever. Okay, so yeah, I currently has been using a lot of this link thing, which is I think it's very useful. Okay, now if let's say we after the like the end of the program today, after I finish the end of the program, then what does the link go to? The link will go to the VOD, that means video on demand. That means this video will actually be recorded and put on YouTube. And then if let's say after the live event is over, you will still be able to access to this film, this video, which is will be on YouTube lah. And let's say you next week near to Sunday 10 p.m. You click on it will be changed to the new live lah, where you will be waiting for the live timing to come on. So you can always get on to the the live US the YouTube live address whenever you use tiny.1/ghost. Okay, like as I promise you, at the end of this whole program, I'm going to put on the 4 different cases of my opinion is real possession. And let's hope that you won't be too scared over it. Okay, let's go for it now. Nothing is happening. Give me a second. Like I said, this computer is going kaput. This MacBook.